Now on Nightside, the name of a Good Samaritan killed while trying to help another driver who crashed on I-90 in Spokane Valley has been released. We'll have the latest on the crash.
Well, the snow has stopped for now, but the roads are icy, and I'm tracking more snow in the first alert forecast.
And a Spokane County man accused of human trafficking and rape may have more victims, according to the FBI. We'll tell you the method he used to prey on teenage girls. You're watching 4 News Now, Nightside. Thanks so much for staying up with us here on your Friday night. I'm Derek Dice. Because of poor driving conditions in the snow, we saw crashes all day today from the top of Sunset Hill to 4th of July Pass, including this deadly crash on westbound I-90 just east of the Evergreen overpass. It happened at around 2:30 this afternoon. According to Washington State Patrol, 26-year-old Nigel Sherman got out of his car to help 23-year-old Rylan Anderson, who had hit the median. That's when a third car crashed into them, and Sherman was thrown into oncoming traffic and died. Troopers suspect at least one driver may have been impaired, and charges are pending a blood test. And that wasn't the only crash we saw on I-90 this afternoon. In Kootenai County, a semi jackknifed near the Wolf Lodge campground and blocked the westbound lanes of I-90 for hours. No word from Idaho State Police on any injuries in that one. And you're going to have to stay alert on the roads this weekend because more snow is coming tomorrow afternoon. Chris Crocker here with your first alert forecast.
That's right, and right on through the day on Sunday as well. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. It's going to be dry for the first part of the day on Saturday, and then snow arrives in the Spokane area late afternoon, early evening, and it is going to continue through the night and through the day on Sunday. Could be in the ballpark of 3 to 5 inches by Monday afternoon, and then more snow on the way for Wednesday. Now, I had to zoom out our Doppler radar to find any sign of snow on the traffic camera on Lookout Pass. There are a few flakes that are evading the radar's reach, but for the most part, we are dry across the region and will be staying dry through the overnight. 8 a.m. tomorrow, 22 degrees for a morning low. We've really rebounded after our Arctic air. We're going to stay in the mid-20s through 11 o'clock with no precipitation, but a fair amount of cloud cover and some patchy fog. We'll be at 31 at 2 o'clock. That will be our high for the day. And by about 4, we'll start to bring in a 20% chance of snow. That odds of snow increase as we head into the evening. I'll let you know how much is going to pile up where you live and have your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, sounds good, Chris. Thank you. One person was shot in Spokane's Hilliard neighborhood this morning near Wabash and Lacey. Spokane police say they were called for reports of arguments and gunshots at around 7 a.m. Police found the person with a gunshot wound and they were taken to the hospital. SPD says there is no suspect information and the shooting does not appear to be random. The Major Crimes Unit is investigating and with information is asked to call Crime Check at 509-456-2233. William Morse is the Spokane County man accused of human trafficking and raping a 15-year-old girl. The FBI is now saying it believes Morse may have preyed on more victims. According to court documents, Morse preyed on teenage girls who had posted babysitting ads on Craigslist. Court documents reveal he continually harassed the teenage girl he raped until she was fearful. The local nonprofit Helping Captives says this is not an uncommon tactic. Helping Captives offers resources to female victims of human trafficking and says many of the women they work with start off as child trafficking victims. As for Morse's human trafficking charge, the FBI tells us that code was just enhanced a few years ago.
People hear the word human trafficking and they instantly go to a pimp. But that law has been expanded to include not only the folks that are trafficking what you would think of as pimping the kid, but also the people that are patronizing that kid.
Again, the FBI believes there are more people Morse may have contacted, so they're asking anyone who may have information on him or anything that could help them with this investigation to call Crime Check. There's this number again, 456-2233. Well, February is Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month. Organizations around Spokane, including the YWCA and the Spokane Regional Domestic Violence Coalition, are raising awareness about what teen dating violence looks like and how parents and peers can support someone in one of those relationships. Experts say digital abuse is one of the ways teen violence occurs.
excessive texting and calling with pressure to respond immediately, or demanding access to personal information, passwords, social media's location, and even pressure to send explicit text messages or photos with the intent of using those for blackmail to control the other person.
If your child or friend is in an abusive relationship, the best way to bring it up is through I notice statements. For instance, you can say, I notice you haven't been hanging out with your friends as much recently, rather than accusing the partner of being abusive. Well, the Northeast Youth Center is struggling to find liquid eggs to feed its students, so it's now looking to the community for help. The Youth Center chefs have to set their menu 2 weeks in advance, and teachers say the kids miss their scrambled eggs already. The center's executive director asked for donations on social media, and people are already stepping up to help.
We did have Nick from Island Style Barbecue donate 20 pounds of liquid eggs to us, and those will be coming Tuesday morning. So we're putting scrambled eggs back into the menu next week.
And the center says those 20 pounds of liquid eggs will feed all of its students about 4 meals, and then it will be looking for more donations.
Spokane Chiefs return to the ice tonight to take on the Tri-City Americans, their 5th meeting of the season, and they're already tied 2-2 through their first 4. Chiefs are down 1-0 in the second period, but have the power play. Berkeley Catton, Braden Crampton swinging the puck across to Andrew Crystal, who buries the game-tying goal. Now we're now going to fast forward over to the third period. Tri-City again in the lead, but here comes Catton spinning and passing. It's Crystal again with a close-range snipe. We're tied again. So now just 2.5 minutes to go. Chiefs are down 4-2. Crystal returning the favor back to Catton. Now he smashes in a goal. But Spokane, they got to hurry up here. Less than a minute to go. Crystal finding Crampton, and oh my goodness, that one shot from back here. Incredible. We're tied yet again. It goes to overtime in a shootout, but it's not enough in the end. The Americans win this one 5-4 after a 2-0 shootout performance. Chiefs race on back home to host those same Americans in a rematch tomorrow evening at 6:05. We'll be back in sports later on in the show for more on Gonzaga and Washington State basketball ahead of their big Saturday slate of games. Derek, back to you.
All right, tough one for the Chiefs there. Coming up, new technology could change the way autism is detected in young children. We'll show you the new device. Plus, a proposal to update the rules around wood stoves. Why supporters say it'll make Washingtonians healthier next on Nightside.
Oh, I do miss the bright blue skies of earlier this week, but not the sub-zero temperatures. Robert Brasington captured this gorgeous image the other morning of Mount Spokane. This is the view from Robert's house. And that's a pretty good view to wake up to. Thank you so much for sharing it with us, Robert. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
4 News Now is brought to you by Craig Swap & Associates.
A young mother struggling with addiction, 2 newborns, and nowhere to go.
And they were like, we're not taking twins.
That's where Maddie's Place came in. How it's giving families hope with a little help from the Extreme team. Sunday, only on 4 News Now at 6.
It's a 4-day 4-wheel drive sale at both Cal locations. As Cal loads up the lot with tough, loaded SUVs and trucks. And for 4 days only, drops their prices by $400.
Plus, giving you an extra $400 for your trade-in.
And $44 down is all you need.
When you live in the beautiful Northwest, then you better own a 4-wheel drive.
And today through this Monday, it's the best time to get a new 4-wheel drive at Cal.
It's that time of year to book your roofing project now, before the spring rush hits at McVeigh Brothers Roofing, Siding, and Windows. And when you purchase a new CertainTeed roof today, you'll get a 5-star lifetime material and labor warranty upgrade for free.
Celebrate President's Day with more furniture this Saturday, open from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. It's the perfect opportunity to transform your home at star-spangled prices that even Washington would approve. You'll find red, white, and blue savings in every department. Best of all, it's all in stock and ready for immediate delivery to your home. It's your chance to bring home the furniture of your dreams at truly presidential prices. Visit your local showroom this holiday Saturday. Special hours 10 a.m. to 9 p.m.
If you're feeling happy now, wait until you see what I have to show you. Denzel Washington, Jennifer Aniston, Zendaya, Chris Stapleton,
Kimmel brings the best in show.
You're good with that?
I'm ready.
Then sign me up.
New Kimmel, weeknights on ABC.
Are you looking for a good time to replace your carpets or give your kitchen or bathroom an upgrade?
Well, right now is a great time to do it during our Love Your Flooring sales event. This week at Brothers Flooring and Design.
4 News Now is brought to you by STCU and Volunteers Count.
Well, it's no secret Spokane is growing, but the city needs more housing to address its population boom. State law requires the city to conduct a land capacity analysis, which found just over 80% of the city is currently developed, leaving less than 20% open for growth. But Spokane is expected to grow by around 23,000 people over the next 20 years, or a little more than 1,000 a year. For contractors like Boughton Construction, the growth in our area has made demand go through the roof.
I would tell you that we probably have the largest backlog that we've had in many years right now, going into 25 into 26. Work that's been awarded to us that we'll start construction this year, next year. There's a lot in what we call the pipeline.
And the city of Spokane says once it gets more information on what land is available, it will plan how to get more housing units into those areas. This is part of its comprehensive plan. You can find more information on how you can weigh in on future planning efforts by finding this story on KXOY.com. All right, Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker joins us now. We talked about some of those crashes earlier. You and I both had trouble getting up the tiny little hill to get into our employee parking lot. And I took my first fall walking the dogs today. I even had like the yak tracks, the kind of chains for your boots, and I still bit it today. So it's slick out there.
It is, and it's a good point. I try to make a point to mention the parking lots and the sidewalks are going to be slick, and the roads are too. Here's a live look at the current conditions in both Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. We're in the 20s, and you'll notice the roads there, the main roads, US 95, I-90, Boone, and of course the arena and podium parking lots are all clear, but boy, the side streets are still covered in ice, and now a little bit of snow packed on it. With those warmer temperatures, you get just a little bit of melting and then refreezing, and so a lot of those roads that were not especially slick when they were just snow covered and temperatures were in the single digits and below zero, so there was a little bit of a crunch and grab to them, those are going to be just absolute ice, and it is going to get even more slick. We only had a little over an inch of snow today. Obviously, we're running below average season to date, but we have another round coming in. Here we go through Saturday. It's going to take a little while for it to move in. Here's 5 o'clock Saturday evening with light snow around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Still dry in the northern panhandle, but there's more snow coming. And it is going to be almost continuous through the overnight and into Sunday morning. Here's Sunday morning at 8 a.m. And then as we go through the day on Sunday, it's going to try, here's 4 o'clock, to turn over into more of a rain-snow mix. More likely it will stay as snow, but may not be accumulating as temperatures finally warm up above freezing Sunday afternoon for the first time in what will be 12 days. Here is a look at some of the forecasted snowfalls between now and Sunday at 4 o'clock. Might be a little bit on the high side, but boy, at the rate that snow is coming, I would not be surprised if we do see some pockets where we're going to be in that 4 to 5 inch range. Meanwhile, our high temperature trend, we get above freezing Sunday, but don't make a lot of progress through the 7-day forecast getting any warmer than that. The white line up here is average, but I think just beyond this 7-day forecast, we are going to be heading into warmer temperatures. This is the 8 to 14 and be in the 40s, and we're going to melt every last flake of that snow and get back to clearer roads. In the meantime, a little bit of lingering snow on President's Day, another slug of snow on Wednesday, and then by this time next week, I think it's going to be more of a rain-snow mix. So Still some shoveling to be done.
Yeah.
And watch your step.
I'll do better. Chris, thank you. Well, Schweitzer Engineering Laboratories in Pullman is developing technology that could change the way autism is detected in young children. This new medical device is based on a prototype developed by Dr. Georgina Lynch while she was researching and teaching at Washington State University and Aperture Biotechnologies. Now, Dr. Lynch has joined SEL full-time as a principal scientist. This device measures and records a child's pupils and iris when exposed to light. These results could indicate if young children should be referred for an autism diagnosis as early as 18 months old.
The earlier that we can intervene and provide the services that can help children with autism, particularly as early as 18 to 24 months, that it has incredible long-term outcomes that are substantially different than if a child waits until the average age of diagnosis, which is 48 months.
Now, the device is still in its research and development phase, which is why it's mounted in this demonstration. In a clinic, it would be handheld and only take about 5 seconds to record the data. Well, the Washington Senate advanced a proposal this morning to update the rules around wood stoves. Albert James shows us how Democratic supporters say it promotes better air quality, while Republican opponents say it makes lives harder.
Allow people to see that they are actually passing the standards that they claim to be passing.
Senate Bill 5174 would update the state's air quality standards around wood-burning devices like wood stoves and fireplaces. Requested by the Department of Ecology, they would issue standards that match stronger ones published by the Federal Environmental Protection Agency. The standards would only apply to new wood-burning devices. Existing devices wouldn't have to be changed or removed.
My intention was never to take away anyone's wood stoves. Wood stoves are a great source of heat, especially in rural areas. If you're willing to put some arm energy into it, they can even be free heat.
Prime sponsor Sharon Shoemake, a Democrat from Bellingham, says the bill would implement a voluntary program for manufacturers to certify their devices meet federal standards. An earlier version of the legislation initially required the state to create a mandatory certification process, as a federal report raised questions about whether devices were burning as cleanly as claimed.
The OIG found that EPA is approving deficient test reports, lacks robust oversight, fails to address known violations, and allows non-compliant devices to be sold.
Republican senators argued the bill would overregulate wood stoves and make a crucial heat source more expensive. Shelley Short of Addy expressed concern the bill reduces consumer confidence in trusted manufacturers.
It's actually made me very frustrated that, okay, if there's an issue with EPA, let's deal with it. Let's better understand that before you start going after an entire industry.
She offered an amendment to change the legislation, but it failed. The updated standards ultimately passed out of committee on a party line vote and now moves to the Senate Rules Committee for their consideration. In Olympia, I'm Albert James reporting.
Well, Valentine's Day is all about love, but experts say many of us may feel disconnected on this day. What could be driving these feelings of loneliness? After the break on Nightside.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Chicken Osaka. Ask for it by name. Exclusively at Mustard Seed, Northtown Mall.
For over 90 years, the McVeigh Brothers family has been installing the very best in roofing, siding, and windows, made for the Inland Northwest. Last year, our 6000 Series Coeur d'Alene windows earned the 2024 Energy Star Most Efficient Award, beating some manufacturers by 20%. So this week, we're celebrating by matching your energy rebate. Ask about our current rebate offers for each window sold. At McVeigh Brothers, we're always working for you.
This year, if you'd like to trade in your old vehicle and get $2,025 over Kelley Blue Book towards something new,
then you need to visit Findlay Downtown Toyota.
Right now, save up to $5,000 off all closeout 2024 Tacomas, or get up to $6,000 off a 2025 Tundra truck. Plus, check out the new 2025 RAV4s.
This February, fall in love with a new vehicle from Findlay. Findlay Toyota's downtown. The President's Day sale is going on now at all Walker's Furniture and Mattress stores, with store-wide discounts and fast delivery from our huge local inventory, so you can transform your home your way. Choose that bedroom set you've been dreaming of. Refresh your living space. Grab the hottest new styles that just arrived. Or enjoy no money down financing to make it all yours. Only at Lockers, where quality just costs less.
Chicken Osaka. Ask for it by name. Exclusively at Mustard Seed, Northtown Mall.
4 News Now is brought to you by Gold Seal Plumbing.
Welcome back. February is American Heart Month. The American Heart Association is raising awareness on heart health and heart disease. Heart disease is the leading cause of death in the U.S., and more than 4,000 people are waiting on the transplant list for a new heart. 4 News Now met with one man who received that gift of life. 5 months after his transplant, Lee Campbell is putting in the work to stay healthy.
He is like the poster child for cardiac rehab.
This heart that's functioning in here is a gift, you know, it's a miracle.
You can hear Lee's story and why he's not taking any step for granted in our full video on KXLY.com. Well, exercising for heart health is just one form of self-care you can practice while sharing the love this Valentine's weekend. Taking a long shower, hanging out with your friends, and using positive self-talk are all ways you can care for yourself, which can also have a positive impact on your kids.
If we make a mistake and we fall apart and we're super critical and really, really harsh, they're going to learn to do that exact same thing.
In a world of social media, therapist Jody Baumstein says we tend to focus on not being good enough. That's why she says parents and children should have regular conversations about things they do love about themselves and prioritize those things. Well, Valentine's Day is all about love and friendship, but during this time of immense connection, experts say many of us may actually feel disconnected. Maribel Gonzalez tells us what could be driving these feelings of loneliness and what can be done to help.
At this speed dating event, people are looking for love.
Show that to me and I'll give you a name tag.
They'll have 5-minute rounds to befriend strangers. And the hope?
To have fun.
Yeah.
As human beings, we do need to interact with other people and we are not just lonely.
Yes.
Ashley Turner and Raghu Kantham are the professional cupids organizing this event.
We are ready to get started.
The idea behind the couple's business blossoming after their own success story meeting at a similar gathering 9 years ago.
We hit it off and then now here we are.
They also host outings where people can connect, which Ashley and Raghu say are only growing in demand.
I think as you get older, life just gets busier and busier, and it's harder to make the time and make the investment to make these connections.
In 2023, the U.S. Surgeon General declared loneliness an epidemic and a public health concern. Last year, researchers at Harvard's Graduate School of Education conducted a survey to find out what is driving this.
One was technology. A few other top reasons: families lacking quality time together, working too much or being too exhausted, and mental health issues hurting our relationships.
But the good news?
The top solution: reaching out to a family member or a friend.
Building community, the antidote to a lonely heart.
I think your world gets so much bigger, as soon as you open it up to other people and places and thoughts.
And researchers emphasize it's not just romantic relationships that help us foster a sense of belonging. Those meaningful connections can also be with friends, family, and coworkers too. Well, Vice President J.D. Vance met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky today, trying to navigate negotiations to end the war in Ukraine.
We want the war to come to a close. We want the killing to stop.
We want peace very much, but we need real security guarantees.
U.S. officials ruling out NATO membership for Ukraine and saying Ukraine would likely have to give up some of its territory that Russia has now seized in a potential peace settlement. The European Union's top diplomat warning against a, quote, dirty deal that could appease Russian President Vladimir Putin. In Poland today, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth reiterated the U.S. position, adding that no American troops would be involved in guaranteeing peace.
The reality of U.S. troops in Ukraine is unlikely. The reality of Ukraine membership in NATO as a part of a negotiated settlement, unlikely.
The new evidence today of the potentially catastrophic dangers of this war. CCTV showing an armed drone striking the protective shield over a reactor at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, the scene of the world's worst nuclear disaster. Ukraine blaming Russia, but Russia denying any involvement. Well, Gonzaga welcomes the Pepperdine Waves tomorrow, a revenge game for former Wave Michael Ajayi. Hear from him in sports coming up after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Grins and Giggles Family Dentistry.
Y'all gonna love this.
It's gritty. Hockey. America.
A good game has a certain magic. It's 0-0.
Wow. Slow-mo. You know something serious about to happen. And that's painful.
Wow. I did not see that coming.
4 nations face off. USA versus Canada, Saturday on ABC.
Dear ski trip, ready for Black Diamond adventure? Let's pack it in with tons of room for the whole crew and travel first class all the way to the top. Grand Highlander.
Right now, get 6.49% APR for up to 72 months on a new 2024 Grand Highlander. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
From solid wood cabinets to designer patterned carpets and Italian-made tiles for exotic looks, Brothers Flooring and Design in Spokane and Post Falls has been helping homeowners discover fun, new products to remodel and improve their kitchens, bedrooms, and bathrooms for almost 10 years.
At Brothers Flooring and Design, we don't want you just to like your floors, we want you to love them.
At Brothers Flooring, we make it beautiful.
I'm a real wild one. Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a 24 Bronco Sport 4x4 for just $299 a month for 36 months, plus 2 years free maintenance. Only your local Ford dealer.
The Gonzaga Bulldogs closed out a solid 11-point win over the San Francisco Dons, but now they quickly move on to their next game against the Pepperdine Waves, a team the Zags haven't seen since their first WCC game all the way back in late December. The Waves gave the Zags plenty more trouble than may have been expected. GU only winning by 7 and the second single-digit win over the Waves in the last 10 meetings, all of those GU wins. This comes after the former Pepperdine star Michael Ajayi transferred over to Gonzaga, but he was ineffective in that December game, only scoring 2 points and turning the ball over 4 times in 12 minutes of play. He spoke to us last night post-game on what he wants to do in this second chance tomorrow.
That's the game I'm circling. Y'all watch out. Gonna be really aggressive. Need my get back. But good to play against my old team again, and it's gonna be a fun game for sure.
And you can see him having a lot of fun in his great performance last night. Gonzaga already earning sweeps over Portland and LMU, and if the Zags beat the Waves tomorrow, it will continue a streak of 0 home losses to them since 1998. That was a year before I was born. Tip-off is tomorrow at 7 p.m. WSU men's basketball now has one of their most daunting tasks of the whole season. That's beating St. Mary's at St. Mary's, all after dropping their home game to the Gales last month. The Cougs finally snapped their 5-game losing streak when they miraculously beat the Pepperdine Waves last Saturday with this clutch Ethan Price block. And head coach David Riley spoke ahead of the game on what the team is watching out for to improve with this pivotal rematch.
For us, it's kind of the same thing, but on the flip side, like, we just need to play with pace and play with second actions. If we can make them have to hard hedge 2 ball screens or have to guard twice in the post, I think that's where they have to move around a little bit more, and so we just got to do a better job of playing through those second actions.
Cougs and Gales tip off tomorrow at 7. A huge part of WSU women's basketball's big win over LMU last night was the great play of freshman Diana Mendez. The France native started and logged 27 minutes in which she racked up 14 points on 7 for 10 shooting, plus a team-high 11 rebounds. It's the fourth time this season she's led the team in boards, twice in the last 3 games, and she spoke at the media postgame on what she does in practice to be that strong in her development this season.
I'm more comfortable with post move because I work on it during practice and I get more confidence. So when I play hard at practice, I'm more comfortable when I play during games. So that's why.
Mendez and her Cougs hit the road to face the Portland Pilots in a tough game against the #2 team in the WCC. That one tipping off a little earlier tomorrow at 3 p.m. Shifting over to high school basketball, while Meade handily won their 4A makeup playoff game, the Rogers Pirates downed the Deer Park Stags 67-53 to hold the Stags to a still winless 2A season. Rogers will play East Valley in the first round of the 2A tournament, the winner to play at 1 seed West Valley. And our other game was another dominant Pullman Greyhound win tonight over East Valley by 31. Pullman earns the 2 seed in the postseason tournament, hosting the winner of Clarkston and Deer Park. For girls basketball, Ferris won their 4A makeup game, and Deer Park continues their perfect 2A record and huge 81-33 win over Rogers. Lady Stags earned the top seed in the tournament, playing the winner of East Valley and Pullman. And, well, we got an early preview with the Knights and Greyhounds already battling tonight, 86-23. Wow, Greyhounds, a big win. Other first-round game is Rogers at West Valley. The winner of that game goes over to Deer Park. And in case you missed it earlier, the Spokane Chiefs fell to Tri-Cities Americans 5-4 in an overtime shootout loss. Andrew Crystal scoring both the first 2 goals, while Berkeley Catton and Braden Crampton bagging 1 goal each. Crystal and Catton each finished with 4 points as well. Chiefs turn around and head home with the Americans to rematch them tomorrow at Spokane Arena at 6:05 p.m. And not just the Chiefs tomorrow, but we have Gonzaga men and women's hoops, WSU men and women on the road, a heap of high school. We're in for a very fun and busy day. That's all for sports. Catch us after the break for one more look at your weather.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Are you looking for a good time to replace your carpets or give your kitchen or bathroom an upgrade?
Well, right now is a great time to do it during our Love Your Flooring sales event. This week at Brothers Flooring and Design.
It's the Great Rate Reduction Sale this week at Dishman Dodge Ram Chrysler Jeep. And that means we are rolling back the interest rate to our lowest level in years on our large selection of slightly used trucks, cars, and SUVs.
Plus, with most vehicles sold, you'll get a 3-month, 3,000-mile powertrain warranty.
And with new shipments arriving daily, plus a 4.99% financing rate for up to 60 months, there's never been a better time to visit Dishman.
It's a great time to improve your sleep and pay less during the President's Day mattress event at Walker's. Enjoy the best selection of all your favorite mattress brands. And when you purchase select Serta, Beautyrest, Purple, or Heirloom mattresses, you'll get up to $300 of free furniture and free mattress delivery. Plus, enjoy 5 years no-interest financing, making it the perfect time to improve your sleep for less. This week at all Walker's Furniture locations.
We're the advocates.
And we go to court.
The insurance companies take us seriously.
Because we go to court.
And if they don't offer you a settlement you deserve, they know.
We'll go to court.
So if you or a loved one are seriously injured in a crash...
Call us.
Oh, I thought for sure he was going to say...
We go to court.
There it is.
We're the advocates. And we go to court. Injured? You deserve an advocate.
It's that time of year to book your roofing project now, before the spring rush hits at McVeigh Brothers Roofing, Siding, and Windows. And when you purchase a new CertainTeed roof today, you'll get a 5-star lifetime material and labor warranty upgrade for free.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
We're not done with the snow. It's coming in tomorrow afternoon and evening into Sunday. It's going to pile up a bit, too. We are done with the Arctic cold. Now it's just plain old cold.
But really, not that cold compared to what we had been dealing with
No,
for the
not
last,
at all.
I don't know, week and a half-ish, maybe?
Exactly. It is a big improvement.
All right, we want to take a moment to say goodbye to our Nightside producer, Amelia. She's been with us for the last 2.5 years. Tonight is her final broadcast. And by the way, this one went very smoothly, finishing on a high note. So Amelia, thank you for all your efforts. We'll miss you for sure. Everybody have a great weekend. Stay safe out on the roads, and tune in for 4 News Now on the weekend.